What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Rene Bean, and welcome to another episode of Live Video Game Hunts, the series where I show you all the awesome stuff I got through the week, through yard sales and garage sales. I go to flea markets, we hit up thrift stores like Salvation Army, Goodwill. I use apps like LetGo, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook, whatever I can use to get my hands on some awesome games at some really good prices. So make sure you stick through to the end of the video where we'll go over all the pickups, do a quick recap, show you everything on a one-on-one level, as well as some of the stuff that I did not get on camera. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. I do videos like this every week. I've started leaving all the links to my stuff down in the description. We got links to my Instagram if you want to get a hold of me on a one-on-one level. If you got any questions or if you want to see some pickups early, we also got links to my Twitch channel as well as to my eBay store. If you see anything in this video you would like, send me a message on eBay. I always do awesome deals to my subscribers. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Sit back and relax. Let's get this show started. Alright, so first pickup of the week, we are at a thrift store in South Carolina. I was on vacation all week and I decided to stop at a few, and I'm glad I did because I did find a few things. I did get a copy of Virtua Fighter 5 for the Xbox 360. Only paid $1 for it, so I was happy about it. It was one that I didn't. This here was my only other find in South Carolina. I did manage to go to about 8 or 9 thrift stores, but I only had luck at 2 of them. That's kind of how it is in real life. I mean, you can't get lucky at all of them. But going into this one, it was a really nice store. I really loved the layout. It was big. It was air conditioned, which was really a good plus because it was hot as shit down there. But I come across this handy gear, complete in box. Well, not necessarily complete. It didn't have like the manual or anything. And the box was in pretty beat up condition, but you never see these things I never see these things in the wild, period, and let alone to find one in the box, which was pretty cool. It had a $5 sticker on there, but for whatever reason, the guy charged me $2.50. So, you know, I'm a big avid collector for the game gear and all the attachments, so this will look really good on the shelf. Had to tear a little piece of tape off of it. It's not in the best condition, especially for the box, but I'm happy with it. For $2.50, that's definitely something to put on the collection. So here we are Friday morning at the flea market, and for the whole day of Friday I actually had really good luck. It was my best day of the week, as you'll find out. And this guy right here had a complete in box Sega Genesis. I said, how much you want for this thing? He said $30. This guy's a reseller. He comes across video games every now and then. He's, you know, the basic type. He knows some of the things to look for, but what's really cool about him is he'll sell the stuff really cheap. So $30 for this is actually a really good deal for a complete in-box Sega Genesis. I had the game, the box was in pretty nice condition, but me being the Shekeler shit that I am, of course I'm going to shekel him even lower, and I ended up getting this thing for $20. This guy is cool as hell, though. It's fun talking to him. He's just like hello friend, you know, you batter back and forth with him. I actually got my Coleco Pac-Man tabletop arcade machine from this guy, and I paid like $6 for that thing, and that thing works, is in pretty good condition, as you've seen in one of my room tour videos. But some of these resellers, it's always good to check with them, especially the ones that don't really deal in video games. They check these tables before you get there, and usually if they can make $5 or $10, they're happy. So I'm pretty sure that was the case in this one. So $20, complete in-box Sega Genesis, come on. I'm showing you what I get in this box right here before I actually show you the video games, just for the fact that I made a big bundle deal, and you'll kind of see how I got everything somewhat cheaper than what it was going to be. Right here I come across this little tub that had some Pokemon cards in there. Nothing special. They weren't first editions or anything, but there was a handful, you know, maybe like 100 or so, hell, I don't know. And some Pokemon little figures. We got someone who's looking for Pokemon plushies or figures, so I wanted to pick those up as well. But the whole time we're making this bundle deal, I can't remember initially what he wanted just for this right here. Maybe like $5 for the Pokemon cards and $1 a piece on the figures is what I want to say it was. And at the same time, my wife discovers that there was this power block from Mario, and it actually turned out to be like some little like Yahtzee game or something. I thought that was really cool. So what I'm doing is I'm adding all this up together and asking him if he's got games, and he does bring out a GameCube and some games, you'll see. And it took some major convincing to get this guy to actually go upstairs and get this GameCube, because he said he didn't know if it was his roommates or not. He's sitting there trying to call him. And of course, I'm being nice and all this, but you really got to sometimes put the heat on him. But he does bring out this black console. I had a memory card. The thing was in good condition. The controllers were in great condition. And I asked him, I was like, well, what about the games, man? I know you got something for me. And he actually hands me a pretty good-looking stack. There was only 4 games you'll see here, but the games are very nice. Right on top, you got Super Smash Brothers, which everybody knows is like a $45, $50 game right there. Wario Land, which I don't think I had, or WarioWare, Paper Mario, and Pokemon Coliseum. So all 4 excellent titles. I asked this dude how much he wanted for just the GameCube and the games, and he said $80. And right away, like my Shekeler like deflated. I was like, I can't be paying a decent price. I got to be paying a great price. And so I said, well, how about this for all the stuff that I got? How about you take like $50? And he was like, you know, he picks up the games, and I was like, don't you get any sentimental attachment to these games? You let them go. And he's like, well, I know that this game is worth such and such, and this is worth such and such. I still wasn't going to have it, man. I kept my Shekeler strong and shielded from all of his negative advances. And we actually ended up settling on $60 for the GameCube, the games, and what I got in the previous buckets. So I think that was a really amazing deal. Of course, I'm going to be able to make some money, and I'll be able to keep one of the games, which I'm pretty sure I did not have. So for this start, I was pretty happy about it. This little hipster dude definitely impressed me with what he pulled out, so I was happy. And we've all had it happen. You get to a yard sale, you ask them if they got games, and they say you're the 30th person that's asked. They get kind of irritated, but fuck it, we're still going to ask them anyways. We're going to give them the list because sometimes people don't know what the hell they're looking for. And in this case, whoever was here before overlooked this copy of Wii Sports for the Wii. People always pick up your Wii Sports and your Wii Sports Resorts, especially if you're getting them for $1 or 2 a piece, and they got the case and the sleeves, or sometimes disc only. They always sell between 10 and 15 bucks. So pick those up. They're good bundlers. People want those. Classic games, man. And of course, I'm giving them off the list and kind of putting the heat on them. And the boy says, "Well, I got a few games that I might be able to part with." He goes inside and he comes out with 2 games. The only games that he brought out was GTA Liberty City Stories and a copy of Hawks for the Xbox 360. I was happy with that just because I didn't have Hawks, so I asked him, I was like, how much you want for these for this one game? He says like $5. Obviously, my Shekeler's not going to allow that, but I did end up paying $2 for Hawks, and believe it or not, that lady gave me that copy of Wii Sports for free. So excellent stop. I mean, even when these people ask, they usually don't ask the right stuff. They don't put the heat on them. And here's another example of people just overlooking stuff. I asked this lady at this kind of like on the side of the road flea market that we stopped at. It was way out in bumfucked, and I've never come here. It was actually a suggestion from Miss Rene Bean. We stopped there. I come up to this lady, I give her the rundown, you got any games? She says, well, I had someone come here before and bought a whole bin full of games. Of course, it's heartbreaking, but she does pull out this other stuff. There was some consoles in here, but what got my Shekeler attention was the controllers, of course. Like I always tell you, people always go through the controllers, pick them up, especially the ones that you see me pick up here, which were GameCube controllers. They always sell between like 15 and 20 bucks just because people are, on that Smash Brothers kick, because people still tournament fight with that, which is awesome. So I picked up 2 initially. I asked her how much she wanted. She said 5 a piece, which is not a bad deal. But of course, I'm shekeling her down even lower, and I would have eventually, I would have gotten them for 7. But one of them had a loose thumbstick. I didn't want to get involved with that, so I just got one. I paid her a full $5. So $5 for one GameCube controller. I'm happy. Here's a guy that I emailed, asked him if he had any games when he said he was having a yard sale. Said he had some old PlayStation games. What was good is I could not find his sale on the yard sale treasure map app, so I actually had to get the address from him and go there separately through Google. So that means other people couldn't find it, which is probably why I got lucky finding here Crash Bandicoot just right on top, black label. Paid $1 for it. Was not scratched up that bad, but I also have that JFJ Easy Pro resurfacer. Invest in one of those people. If you collect or resell games, that thing will pay for itself 10 times over. There's been many times where I've brought games back to life with that machine. But turns out the game works just fine, so I was happy for $1. So it's still Friday, and I'm still having awesome luck. And this stop right here was just another example. I see a big old stack of shitty Wii titles, and you know how that makes me so excited. I love collecting shitty Wii games, and these people had a whole bunch of them. Unfortunately, there was no Wii U games held. Nintendo Land wasn't even in there. This yard sale was just ran by a bunch of girls, so there's a lot of girly little games in here. Nothing wrong with it. There's especially a shit ton of them on the Wii. And I'm just checking it all out. I don't think it's been picked through because there were still some decent titles like the Sonic on top there. And of course, I'm giving her the whole rundown of the stuff that I'm looking for and that I want. They started out telling me they wanted like $4 a game here, which was way too high for my Shekeler to pay. Because if I'm getting shekels like this, it's going to be like $1 to $2 a piece for these titles. And I think I got like 6 Wii games, including Wii Sports, of course. Like I always say, pick up that copy of Wii Sports. It was in the sleeve. It was good to go. For the 6 games, I paid like $10, which was an excellent deal. You'll see in the pickups video exactly all the Wii games I got. It's hard for me to show you in the videos. I always try to remind myself to look down further. But it's kind of weird when you're wearing those glasses. The camera's kind of like on your forehead, which is a little bit awkward when you're trying to like chin your damn titties while you're trying to get these shots. So, but I'm sitting here thumbing through all these Wii games. I think one of them was sealed. There was nothing special. What's crazy about the Wii is there's some crappy titles that are worth some money, and I may have overlooked some. Hell, I don't know. I'm really just going after the ones that I do not have. When it comes to titles like this, I'm after that crappy collection of the Wii games. And you'll see in the back that big box. I do grab that as well. When I come back, I paid $2 for it and the 2 games on top of that. Or actually $3, I'm sorry. They wanted 5, I shekelled to 3. So I got that and like 6 Wii games. Didn't even bother to ask her how much she wanted for the Wii. You know I wasn't going to get involved with that. And I do get her to go inside and bring me out a huge Game Boy bundle, you'll see. So here's that wonderful sight of them bringing stuff out to me. I was kind and courteous, asked them if they had other stuff, and she comes out with this huge Game Boy bundle. It was the 101 model, which, it sells for more. It's a better unit. It's brighter. And there was a bunch of games, and it was in this really nice case. And the games were nothing special. There was like Pokemon Pinball and Super Mario World 2. Everything else was just kind of like little shitty titles. And which is good because a lot of them I do not have, so I'll be able to add those to the collection. I asked her how much she wanted for all this, and she said 30. I said 20. She said 25. That was a great deal for all the games that I got, and it being a 101 model. Plus, I got to keep that case, and the case is actually really nice. I may use that for something in the future. I don't know what the hell I'm going to utilize it for, but it was a nice case. I don't think it was made for the Game Boy. Hell, it could have been. If it was a really pimp case for the cause. But yeah, none of the games were crazy special. You'll see them in the pickups video. I'll go through each individual one. Hell, there might be something in there that's crazy. I don't know. I doubt it. Like I said, the Pokemon Pinball and the Super Mario World 2 were the only thing that really caught my eye. But these girls were awesome, man. To get those big stacks of Wii games and this big stack of crappy Game Boy games, I mean, it was crappy heaven for me, so I was definitely happy about it. Good stuff. I mean, Friday, for whatever reason, was my best day of the week. I just kept finding stuff all day. I was super happy about it. And here's that Active Life Explorer I wanted to show you. As I went back after I got that Game Boy, I picked this up. She wanted 5, I got it for 3, so don't know where the hell I'm going to put it, and I'll never play it, but for $3, man, I was happy about it. This was a badass little stop right here. As we were driving past, I thought I saw this black Xbox 360 on this table, but as I was walking up, I was like, damn, that looks an awful lot like a Sega Saturn, and sure enough, it was. I did not have the power cord or TV cord, but it did have 2 of the nicer controllers. Sega Saturn had some pretty shitty controllers that came out, and these were the nicer ones that felt better in your hands. And I was like, hey, man, how much you want for this thing? He says $10. I was like, do you know if it works? He says he has no idea about it. He had it in a big box of VHS. Look at these people. Obviously, they don't even know what the hell a Sega Saturn is. But I hit him with that $5 shekel deal, and he took it. He didn't care. He wanted it off the table. I was happy about that. To get a Sega Saturn for $5, even if the thing doesn't work, I can still sell it defective, sell the controllers, and make a pretty little penny. So haven't tried it yet, but man, I'm super happy about that pickup. $5 Sega Saturn, 2 controllers. Here's an awesome Goodwill stop. I got 3 items here. I got Castlevania Lament of Innocence for $5. I got a Nintendo Wii Classic controller, and I got a copy of Grand Theft Auto for the PSP. The games were $5 a piece, and the controller was $6. I can sell the controller, and the profits that I get from that will pay for these 2 games. So I'm super happy about this stop. Got 2 things that I did not have. Very happy, which is awesome. It's hard to get good luck at Goodwill sometimes. So here we are Saturday morning at the flea market, and I come across this little stack of Wii games. Nothing special in here. There was like Mario Superstar Sluggers. I asked him how much he wanted for all 4 because except for Mario, I did not have the other 3, and you know I love my shitty Wii games. He said he wanted $15 for all 4. Not a bad deal, but of course I was like, how about 12? We settled on 13 bucks, so for that pickup I was very happy. This guy was pretty cool. He just had them random. I guess people overlooked them because they had that little shitty like bowling game on top, which is fine. I always look through them because you never know what the hell you're going to find. And like I said, I can sell Mario, make the money back, and be able to keep 3 games. That's what it's all about, man. Not paying for a damn thing, growing that collection, and making some money on top of it. So I was happy about this find. $12 or $13. It was a good pickup for the first find of Saturday. Hats off to Miss Rene Bean on this one because I completely overlooked this copy of Beetlejuice for the NES. I'm glad I went back because the guy's like, well, I got some more stuff in this box back here that I have yet to put out. It kills me. Some people just don't realize how big of an item video games are at a flea market. They're right up there next to like fidget spinners and mangoes on sticks, man. But it was super cool. He let me come back there and dig through all this stuff. Now, I know a lot of you out there can agree with this, but one of the best feelings out there in the world is when you're hunting and you come across a box and you actually get to dig through that box. And I knew that no one has dug through this box, so that's what made it all that much more exciting. I do come across some original Xbox games that I did not have, which is always great because it's so hard for me to collect anything for that system now. And what's crazy is when you watch this stuff, and here's a copy of NES, for the NES, it was Double Dare, which is one that I did not have, which was super awesome. But it's crazy watching this stuff. Obviously, I was the one there who was doing it, but what I actually overlooked or what I reached for, you'll kind of see that little hint of blue and gold right there. That's a Game Boy Advance SP, but yeah, here I am looking through like damn movies like a damn idiot. But you kind of get that high when you're looking through these boxes. You know, you don't realize it what you're actually going through. And I go through the whole box, of course, but it's weird to see what I grabbed first. And what was really nice is there was a Nintendo DS, which was working. And there was a Game Boy Advance SP 101, which was working. And now, you'll see me pick up this Namco Museum Volume 3. One of the Namco Museums is worth some money, and it actually turned out to be like number 2. Number 3, I thought it was. I picked it up. It was scratched all to shit. Of course, I got the resurfacer. If it doesn't work, there's a chance it might. Turns out it's not worth much of anything. I just couldn't remember right on the spot exactly which one it was that was worth it. I knew it wasn't number 1, and but oh well, I kind of missed out on that one. But I ended up getting a Game Boy Advance SP 101. I ended up getting a Nintendo DS. I got that copy of Pokemon. I got 3 original Xbox games, I believe. Both of those NES games, and I only paid 20 bucks. I think he wanted 25 for all of it. I left all the there was like an original Xbox or something down there. I left all that. There was a HD drive for the Xbox 360, which is pretty cool, but I got one. But for 25 bucks, man, to get a 101 model, the SP, the DS, and all that other stuff, the 2 NES carts, super good deal. Thank you so much, Miss Rene Bean. Very happy about that pickup. Definitely my best for Saturday. So here is my last pickup for the flea market on Saturday, and this guy had set out some games here. His prices were all over the place. I asked him how much he wanted for the games. He said $8 for the PS3 games and $2 for everything else. Obviously, I am the everything else category. I'm not going to pay $8 for a PS3 game here for the stuff that he had. And I do manage to find some pretty cool games. I got the Darkness for Xbox 360, the limited edition, which was awesome. If you haven't played any of that Series 1 or 2, pick them up. They're good games. I ended up getting some PSP games as well as like Grand Theft Auto for PS2 and 1 or 2 games. I got 5 or 6 games you'll see in the pickups video. Family Guy. And I paid like $9 for it, so it was an excellent deal. I was pretty happy about it. I want to say I got 6 games for $9. He hooked it up pretty good. And I was happy about it. For the last pickup for the flea market, it was a good stop. But anyways, on this next video here, you're going to see it is Miss Rene Bean, and she had to use her phone because I had the glasses. But the good thing about it is anytime she uses her phone, it means there is audio recording. because you know I can't do it with the glasses without killing my battery. So I will shut up on the next pickup, and you will get to see Miss Rene Bean working her magic on some Sega Master System and Sega Genesis games.
Good morning. I emailed y'all about old video games. Yes. Yeah.
I have this stuff over here.
Okay, awesome.
You were the one that emailed?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Well, my husband and I, yeah, he's actually on the other side of town. I came out this direction. Oh, wow. Sega Genesis, Nintendo, yeah. Cool. I don't think he's got this. Sega Master System, too. Is that what these are?
Yeah.
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 Huh. Uh-oh.
Little Marcus. Don't break him. That's right.
You don't have the systems still, do you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Are you wanting to get rid of them or just the games?
Just the games.
That's fine. I understand completely.
My 10-year-old would probably have a. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he would have a flip out.
Oh, yeah.
About that.
You gotta hang on to those. Sure, that's no problem.
Even though I've seen, like, I was at the mall and they've got the system now that can play.
Can play everything. Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
Like that. So, Marcus, no, this is the engine.
Well, it's kind of hard to find those Master System games anymore, so that's good to hang on to the system itself too. My husband spent like a year looking. What would you want on the loose cartridges on the Master System?
I don't know what we got there. We got
5, 6.
6. $20.
I'll have to see which ones he doesn't have out of those.
That's on the whole thing. I mean, I don't know.
Right. That's what I need to ask him. I'm ask him about those and he may have that, but I don't think he's got the Space Harrier. Alright. Let me call him here real quick. Hang on just 1 second.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
What kind of stuff are you
1, 2, 3, 4,
If you ever,
5, 6.
if
Video games, all of them, any of them, everything.
video games,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. My husband,
I haven't seen any of them.
my husband collects, and he's got about 1 million of those controllers for the
Really?
Genesis.
Yeah,
So yeah.
no, I just threw it out there. I've got 3. That was the extra one.
So you said 5 on this and 2
Yeah.
apiece on those. Would you do 10 for all of them? That would be 11 if
Yeah,
it
10's
was.
fine.
Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, cool. Great.
So later on in the day, I stopped at this yard sale and I recognized where I was at because coming up to this table, I saw that there was a copy of Donkey Kong 64. I remember emailing these people and they said that's one of the things that they had. I ignored it once I saw that it was in a plastic Ziploc bag because I can only assume that they wanted retail for it because they were trying to protect such a high dollar commodity here, which they wanted like $15 or $20 for. I set it right back down next to their hot stack of fidget spinners, focused all my efforts on this Game Boy. It was a little bit yellowed and the terminals had some corrosion in there. But I can refurbish the hell out of these things. I can get rid of all the corrosion. I can put a brand new screen on there and I can solder and fix any of the dead lines that are on the, if it has any. So I picked it up for $3. It was a good pickup. I was happy about it. Never be discouraged when you see something bad. You can usually get something good if you work your angles. So before we get to the last awesome pickup, I decided to include this here. We're at the same sale where I picked up the Game Boy, and this guy right here had this huge Tupperware bin full of Legos. And I don't know much about Legos. I'm never comfortable picking them up unless they're dirt cheap. And he had these individual bags filled with Legos that he was filling out of this bucket, and he was going to sell them for $1 a piece. For they weren't like sets or anything; they were just from this bucket, just random pieces. And I asked him, how much do you want for this bucket as well as the bags? And he hit me with a $50 price tag. I don't know if that would have been a good deal or not. I am not comfortable with my knowledge on Legos to pay that much. So I asked, how about 30? He said he would have took 40, but I left these behind. Let me know in the comments, how bad did I fuck up by leaving these Legos? You guys are awesome out there. You have given me such tremendous support and advice when it comes to things that I don't know. So hopefully I ain't going to kick myself too hard in the ass for this, but let me know in the comments how bad did I screw up by leaving these Legos for $40, or would it have been not so great of a deal? But anyways, I need to know. Thank you so much for that. So this is my last and final pickup for the week, and it is truly an awesome one, and I want your guys' opinion on this one as well. This kid comes out with this awesome stack of Wii U games, and that case that he walks off with was Wii Sports. I do get that from him later. But we got Ninja Gaiden 3, Super Mario Bros. U, Wind Waker, Pikmin 3, and you don't see it but Nintendo Land. I asked him, I was like, how much do you want for these, little buddy? And he says 50 cents. What do you do in a situation like that? So I wouldn't feel like such a dickhead. I was like, man, I'm going to give you $1 a piece for these. You went in there and hunted for me. I really appreciate that. But God almighty, what an awesome pickup. Let me know what you would have done in this situation. I mean, people say all the time, well, give them more money or don't say anything. But God almighty, it's one of those situations where you're just kind of stuck in it in the spur of the moment, and you kind of do what feels natural. In this case, I gave him $1 a piece. I doubled what he wanted, but damn, I don't know how bad I'm going to feel after. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed all that awesome live footage. If you haven't already, leave a like, show me some support if you enjoyed any of it. Just like always, we're going to do the pickup recap, show you everything on a one-on-one level, as well as some of the stuff that I did not get on camera. If I can remember anything about it, I'll tell you. If not, we're just going to kind of run through it. No particular order on this stuff. We got a lot of stuff to go through, so we're just going to kind of pick up and go. So anyways, first off, we got Crash Bandicoot disc only. I paid $1 for this. That was an excellent deal. Little scratch, but it does play. So for $1 for that, excellent deal. The stuff that my wife picked up that you did not see well on camera, we got Bomber Raid, loose cartridge for the Sega Master System. We got Double Dragon. She did get complete Space Harrier. And then another complete was Mike Ditka Power Football. She paid $10 for all 4 of those. Excellent deal on that one. I was happy about that. While I was in South Carolina, I got a copy of Virtua Fighter 5 for the Xbox 360. Paid $1 for that. It's one that I did not have. Also in South Carolina, I got for $2.50 the Handy Gear complete in box. The box is a little beat up, but the unit's pretty cool. It'll look good on my shelf. I love collecting for the Game Gear. So for $2.50, that was a pretty cool pickup. You don't normally see that in the box. Let's see. The really awesome Wii score that I got right at the end of everything. These were some of the games. We got Nintendo Land, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the HD remake, which I'm probably going to keep. I'm just now at the point where I'm going to start keeping the Wii U games rather than sell them, but who knows, I'll probably get that bug and sell them anyways. Pikmin 3, Ninja Gaiden 3, new Super Mario Bros. U, and like the 3rd copy that I got this week, which was Wii Sports. So that's awesome to get that one right there. So I paid I paid $6 for all 6 of those. Freaking super steal. I picked up that Game Boy for $3. That was an awesome pickup right there. I can refurb that. Let's see. These were the games here that you could not see that well on camera that I paid $9 for 6 of these. We got Pinball Hall of Fame for the PSP, Wipeout Pure, Darkness, the Darkness 2 Limited Edition, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Onimusha, and Family Guy the video game. So that was awesome to pick those up for $9. Not a bad deal at all. Let's see, the 4 Wii games that you saw me pick up at the flea market as well. We got Mario Super Sluggers, Classic British Motor Racing, MLB Superstars, and Brunswick Zone Bowling, Cosmic Bowling. That's what I'm talking about. So some definite crappy Wii games there that I can add to the collection. Let's see. This was what I paid $20 for. Digging through that guy's stuff. I thought I got more original Xbox games than I did, but I only got 1. But we got Double Dare for the NES, which is one that I did not have. Copy of Beetlejuice for the NES, to be able to sell that. Dynasty Warriors 3, and I'm over here looking, and yeah, I don't have that one, so that's going to be one to add to the collection. Complete, pretty good condition, just a little grody on the case, not too bad. But the cream of the crops here, we got a Nintendo DS, working, does play, doesn't have anything wrong with it except it's got the different colored stylus in there. And the 101 Game Boy Advance SP with a copy of Pokemon in there. So 20 bucks for all that. Excellent bargain on that. And I did get the Namco Museum Volume 3 scratched all. This is nothing. I ain't going to do anything with that. So $20 on that. That was an excellent pickup. Alright, let's start going through. I'm trying to run through this. We got a lot of stuff as usual. Let's see. What bag do we got here? Bag of goodies. I got this at Goodwill. We paid $5 for Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories for the PSP. Castlevania's Lament of Innocence, one that I did not have. And a Nintendo Classic controller for the Wii. I'll be able to sell that and get those other 2 games for free. Oh, more Wii games. How the hell does this keep happening? This was from that yard sale with the girls there, where I got some crappy titles here. We got Wii Sports though, complete with the sleeve. Let's see. We got, well, there's another Wii Sports. That was one, must have been one that I picked up at the yard sale. So that's 3 copies this week. That's $30 just in Wii Sports right there. Wonder World Amusement Park, Circus Star, Sonic Superstar Tennis, and then a amazing sealed copy of Around the World 50 games. So I paid $9 for all that. And then as I asked her if she had any more games, she goes inside and pulls out this big box. And it had an amazing SP lot in here. And we'll go through all the games real quickly here. But anyways, here is the SP. Good condition screen, no scratches. This has some crud that needs to be cleaned off. Works great. The game inside is Chronicles of Narnia. You can believe someone paid $12.99 for that crap. But we got that, and let's start running through the games. There's 2 cases here that have nothing in them that were for Game Boy games, not Game Boy Advance. Alright, I'm going to try to run through these quick here. Alright, we got Whack-A-Mole, The Wild, Fairly Odd Parents. Some of these might be worth something. Hell, I don't know. Princess Natasha. I've never heard of that crap. Lilo and Stitch. You can get the idea of the type of games here. Herbie Fully Loaded. SeaWorld Deep Sea Adventures. All Grown Up. Cartoon Network Speedway. Seems riveting. Let's see. Kerplunk Tappet, some multi-cart thing. Finding Nemo. A lot of these little crappy games I'll be able to keep though, which is nice. Piglet's Big Game, something. Secret Agent Barbie. Probably the best one in the lot right here. Super Mario World 2. So there's something that I could relate with. Kim Possible 3. Pac-Man Collection. The Incredibles. Barbie Magic Pegasus. Mermaid 2 Pinball. These are cool, and they had the little rumble features in there. And then there is a copy of Pokemon Pinball as well, which I don't believe mine has the little battery flap, so that's cool. And the last stack of games here. Curious George. Puffy Amy Yumi or some shit. Holy fuck. Scooby-Doo. What do you do? Disney's Princess. Yeah, Disney's Princess. Lizzie McGuire on the Go or something. Monopoly. Lizzie McGuire 3. Hello Kitty Happy Party Pals. It'd be nice if one of these things was like absolutely like rare or something. I doubt it though. Dexter's Laboratory and VeggieTales Larry Boy. For that, the SP, the case, and it had all the manuals. It has some attachments, some headphones. 25 bucks. So that was a good deal right there. I was happy about that, especially with it being the 101. I think I am going to try the mod to backlight a Game Boy Advance Standard. And I need an SP to do it. And I found 2 this week, so I think it'd be the perfect opportunity. If any of y'all ever done that, let me know how bad of a mod that is. I mean, I can mod a Game Gear to play on a TV. I don't think this one would be that hard to do. But anyways, that was a good pickup there. Let's move on. We got X-Men Legends as well as DC Universe. I paid $2 a piece on those. A copy of Hawks that I got from that one kid. Paid $2 for that. I did not have that. Pretty sure I don't have it. You didn't see this on camera, but we got SSX Tricky. This was a guilt buy. Like, I felt guilty because I made this old man go in his house and look for games. I paid $5 for that. I'll recoup my money, but sometimes that happens. Here is that Game Gear, or not, wow. Here is that Sega Saturn that I paid $5 for. I have not tested it. 2 controllers. Super cool about that. So $5 for a Sega Saturn. Very cool steal. Oh, here were more of those games that I got with that girl that had the Wii and the Game Boy games. We got the Active Explorer, the big box. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put that. And the 2 games it came with was Active Life Extreme Challenge and some Active Life Explorer, some little shits on the cover, I don't know. Picked that up for $3. She wanted $5, I got it for $3. Let's see, this is nice. A complete in-box Sega Genesis for $20. Has everything with it. Lion King's included. Now I got 3 complete in-box Segas. I like the variants of them. They're very cool. Good condition on it. $20 was an excellent bargain. Here is a random GameCube controller. Paid $5 for that. Make sure you always pick up your GameCube controllers. And I think... yep, here is the last pickup, which was pretty cool. This was a GameCube that I paid $60 for. And included in that, we got this Mario Power-Up block that has like some sort of game in there. Yeah, it's Yahtzee, but it's like Mario Edition with the Power Block. I got that. A stack of Pokemon cards, which I don't know jack shit about. So I got that with that, and then some figures that I'm pretty sure are Pokemon, except for this one, which I don't know what that is. At first I thought it was like some Pac-Man thing or something. And I think these are Pokemon figures, I'm not too sure. I got that, and that one I know is Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. And then this GameCube lot, paid $60 for all that. It's just your basic black GameCube official memory card. Good condition, lid opens up great. 2 very good condition controllers and the cords. Let's see, I don't know where the hell I got this PlayStation 2 controller, but it was in this box, so kudos to that. But the games for that GameCube that I got, we got Super Smash Brothers, we got WarioWare Mega Party Game, Pokemon Coliseum, and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. $60 for that whole bundle. That was an excellent steal. But anyways, people, I am fairly certain that is it for the week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I do videos like this every week. I know I didn't put out much this week because I was on vacation, but prepare yourself for fuckery all week. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.